A water utility often operates numerous sites connected to low, medium, and high voltage electricity networks depending on the energy requirements of their sites. The components of an electric bill can be very complex. Now, this depends on the type of electricity supply contract established for each operating site. It is therefore essential for a water utility to understand the various parts of the electric bill that it receives in order to be able to manage operating costs over time. What main factors do you need to be familiar with in an electricity supplier's pricing structure? The electricity supplier's bill is generally comprised of two main parts: a fixed charge independent of consumption, which increases with the contracted power for a given site; a variable charge, which depends on consumption over a given period of time, a month for example, measured using a meter owned by the electricity supplier. Let's discuss the fixed charge. The contract corresponds to a fixed price that is the same for each bill for a given site. The amount is based on the contracted power, which corresponds to the maximum power that the site's electricity network can use at a given moment without triggering the electricity supplier's circuit breaker. It is important to take out a contract with the most suitable maximum power to operate a site. Choosing a value that is too low will generate regular power cuts when power demand is exceeded. Choosing a value that is too high will generate unnecessary additional costs because the fixed charge increases with the contracted power. The power is listed in the contract in kilovolt amperes, kVA. The cost of the contract depends on the client's category. In Pakistan, there are different categories, so the contract may be considered residential, commercial, or industrial. Since 2018, water utilities in Pakistan are billed in category A3, General Services, whereas before they were included in tariff B, Industrial. Now let's take a look at the variable charge of an electricity bill, which is based on electricity consumption per kilowatt hour. The price of a kilowatt hour may be fixed over time or variable according to the price categories an electricity supplier offers. Furthermore, the price may be structured in consumption brackets where the cost of each kilowatt hour increases at each bracket change. The price may also vary during the day or the year according to the time and seasons. In particular, during peak hours of consumption, the price per kilowatt hour is higher. For industrial contracts, which are often connected to medium and high voltage networks, the variable charge of the electricity bill also includes the reactive energy consumed by the site. This is the case for many sites operated by a water utility. Reactive energy is the energy used by magnetic circuits in electric machinery with induction motors, such as electric pump units, to create their own electromagnetic fields. Now, due to the significant amount of power required to supply sites connected in medium to high voltage modes, the circulation of reactive power in electricity supply networks causes various problems and potential risks, such as significant heating of power cables, a significant drop in voltage, transformer overloads. To mitigate these problems created by reactive energy, electricity suppliers are often forced to oversize some of their equipment. This is why reactive energy is billed to medium and high voltage clients, often as penalties in order to force clients to optimize energy efficiency at their facilities and reduce the amount of reactive energy consumed. Here's what you need to keep in mind. An electricity bill includes two parts: a fixed charge, covering the supply of electricity. It depends on the contracted power covered needed to operate the facility. And a variable charge, corresponding to the consumption in kilowatt hours over a given period of time. The price per kilowatt hour can be fixed or variable depending on the time and season. And lastly, we have seen that industrial clients are also billed for the reactive energy consumed by the electromagnetic circuits in electrical machinery, such as power pump units at a water utility.